Good morning, student. So let us begin our IP class. Today what we are going to do is we will be downloading the Anaconda Navigator from the internet, and we will be seeing practically how you can write your first code on Python using Anaconda. Alright, so let us begin our class. For that, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to just open Google Chrome. Apologies for the audio today because I am recording this video through my laptop, and it is facing some issues with the audio. Soon I will be resolving it, but for today you have to bear the audio. Please try to use your earphones today so that it is at least audible to you and it is clear to you. Alright, so Google Chrome is open. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to type Anaconda Navigator download. Under this, you have to click on the official link of anaconda.com, which is this one. So I am clicking on it. Once you click on it, it will open its website. As you can see, in this website, what you are supposed to do, you have to find the download button. As you can see here, it is written download. So I am clicking on it. As soon as you click on it, now it is asking for the type of operating system that you are using, either Windows, Mac OS or Linux. So I am using Windows 10, but the version that I am using, I know that it is 32-bit, but for you, if you want to know what version you are using, so just go to your desktop, click my computer or this PC, go to the properties, and under the properties you will find system details. As you can see, system type is written over here and it is written 32-bit operating system. So alright, I have to download the 32-bit 32-bit graphic installer. So I am clicking on it. Once you click on it, it will start to download. I am pressing Ctrl J to go to the downloads, and under the downloads we will find that file getting downloaded. Let's wait for some time to open the downloads. So as you can see, the download has already been started and it is downloading the file. Now once this file gets downloaded, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to click on this exe file, which name is written over here, and from here you have to click next and finish. In the installation of Anaconda, there is nothing much. It won't ask anything that is very technical over here, so you just need to click on next and you can download the install the Anaconda package. Alright, so for now I am pausing this as I have already downloaded Anaconda. As you can see over here, I have already downloaded it and I have installed it on my computer. As you can see, Anaconda 3 2020. I have already installed this software. I am just trying to search for this. Let me wait a bit. So I am going to the start menu. In the start menu, you have to either see where Anaconda is installed, or what you can do, you can go to the search, and under the search you can type Anaconda so that you can find the package easily. So I am typing it here. Let it search. So as you can see, it is over here. I am clicking on this. Now once you click on Anaconda, it takes some time to open this particular software. So let us wait for a minute so that it gets opened. So you can see the window, it is trying to open Anaconda. So you can see it has started to load. This is the logo of Anaconda. As you can see, the green colored, this is the logo. It is trying to load some libraries to turn it on. It is initializing right now. Let's wait for it. So as you can see, Anaconda has loaded. There are many different options which have now been added, which are not seen in the screenshot of the book which we were going through. They have also added this orange 3. This is also a component that can be used by Anaconda: GlueWiz, Spider, which we will be seeing, Qt console, CMD prompt, Jupyter notebook, PowerShell prompt. So these are all various options that we get pre-installed with Anaconda Navigator. We already know what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to launch Spider. So as you can see here, it is written launch. So I am clicking on this. Once you click on this, it will be launching Spider right now. So let's wait to get it loaded. So this is the screen of Spider. This is its 4th version. So you can see it is written 4, Spider 4. This is the software that we will be using to write our Python codes. Let this software open and then I will explain you the GUI interface of Spider. So the Spider has been loaded. Now as you can see the screen, I already told you this particular area is the editor pane, and the area which you can see where the cursor is hovering right now, this is the IPython console. You already know the IPython console screen is the interactive mode where you can write the code and get the output at once, and this particular area is the script mode where you can save your coding as well. So let us try to run some code in IPython console. So if you need to print something, what you are supposed to write is you have to write a print function for that. Now these two brackets that I have put, the bracket sign which you can see is called as function. So what you are supposed to do, you have to write inside this bracket whatever you want to print. So for now I want to print hello, so I have written print hello. I am going at the end and pressing the enter key. Alright, so as you can see, as soon as I clicked on enter, you can see the output hello has been printed. Now let me try with something else. Print function. Under the print function I am writing something. I am doing Python programming. So this is the code that I have written. I am pressing enter key. So as you can see, the output has been printed. Alright, let us try with the numbers that we were seeing, 2 plus 5. So as I enter, you can see 2 plus 5 is equals to 7. It has already printed the output. So this is how this console, IPython console works. Now let us move to this editor pane where you can save the command as well. This particular area cannot be saved, but if you try to write some codes over here and if you go to the file and save, so that particular file will be saved. Alright, so let us try to run some codes. I am writing the print function which I wrote over there. So print, and I am writing over here under the inverted commas hello world. Now let's see. I am pressing the enter key. As soon as I pressed the enter key, you can see no output has been generated yet. But what was happening in the IPython console, as soon as you click the enter key, the output gets generated. So for getting the output of this particular code, what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to click on this run button which is over here. As you can see, the shortcut is already written in the bracket. You can press F5 as well to get the output of this code. So I am clicking on this button. As soon as you click on this button, you can see run file command has been executed, and that run file command, what it is doing, it is trying to run a program and it is trying to print the output. So you can see hello world output has been printed. Now in the next line I try to print something else. Let us see. Print, and I am writing Python programming. Alright, now again if I will be running the code, so you will see both the outputs now. Let's see. So as soon as I clicked, you can see hello world and Python programming, both the codes have been executed. Alright, let us try to save this code. Okay, I am clicking on the file, going to the save as option. Under the save as option, we know one thing, that you have to declare the type of file it is, that is .py has to be written as the extension of the file. So I am writing here my first program .py. Alright, .py, I am writing it as .py, and it is a Python file, so I am writing Python file, selecting Python files from here. It is not clicked. Python files program .py. Alright, so now I am trying to save it. So as soon as I click on save, you can see my first program.py is written over here and it has been saved. Now let us try to run something else. I am writing over here a is equals to 3 plus 9. Alright, I am writing a is equals to 3 plus 9. Right now no output will be generated, but now I am writing print. Now I want to print this particular value of a. So now you don't need to write anything in inverted commas. If you will be writing anything in inverted commas, so what it will be printing? It will be printing only a. It won't be printing the value of a. If you want the value of a to be printed, so you don't need to write it in inverted comma. You just simply write a. Okay, so let us see what output it generates. It is running the file. Once the file is executed, okay, the file has been executed and you can see the output. The output is hello world, Python programming and 12. Now what I am doing is I am removing this code, and let us try something else. Now I am declaring a variable b which is equals to a plus 10. Try to understand. Now I am declaring a variable b which is a plus 10 and I am printing the value of b. Now let us see what output it generates. So you can see it has got the value of 3 plus 9, that is 12 from a. 12 plus 10 is equals to 22, and you are printing the value of b. So you can see 22 has been printed over here. Alright, so this is how Python programming generally works. Now you want to save this program, so you can go to file and click on save as. Now let us try by clicking save. It is over here, and let us see. So I am clicking on file and clicking on save as, selecting the file my first program, and over here Python files, and click on save. It will ask you to replace, so I am replacing it. So now the file has been updated and it has been saved. Now let us try to open that file again. I am clicking on open and clicking on my first program.py and clicking on open. So you can see the file has been opened. As soon as I press F5, you can see the output gets generated. So this is it. This is the way how we will be working on Spider using Anaconda. So I think this is clear to you. If you are having PCs at home, so you can try installing Anaconda and try running some codes. Otherwise I will be doing it for you. I will be typing the codes over here so that the things become clear to you. Alright, thank you so much for today's class. See you in the next class.